Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 15th of April and it's coming up to quarter to 6. I wish it was quarter to 5, but sadly not. I'm heading home after my week at work, and what's been happening this week? Well, quite a lot of gaming, to be honest. I've been doing a rather lot of gaming because I'm a big kid at heart, really, and I also quite like it, so why not? Yes, quite fortuitously, after last Thursday having that decision that I was going to start from scratch with a brand new PlayStation Network account, so we could play Star Wars Battlefront together, and the only way to do it was to do that and also be able to sort of play games on one and use the other one at the same time. I had to have two different PlayStation Network users, so created a new one and thought I'll start Battlefront from scratch. Last weekend, what did I do? Double score weekend because of the Blu-ray Force Awakens release. Celebrate that. Double score weekend, fantastic for me. Starting from scratch, I did burn a lot of midnight oil last weekend, playing very hard, at some point sweating while playing Star Wars Battlefront, which is ludicrous, I imagine. But yeah, I really put some effort in, and consequently I managed to get myself up to rank 25 from starting rank 0 a week ago Thursday. I'm now on 25. Now, to put that in comparison, my previous user account, well, when we started Star Wars Battlefront, when it was released last October, was it October? I think it was October, November. I'm only up to 44, so it's taken me something in the best part of 5 months to get to rank 44, but a week to get to 25. Wow. Partly, of course, that double score weekend and making the best advantage of it helps a lot. But also, bizarrely, I think I'm somehow playing a lot better now. Now, I don't think it's the new user account, and it's the same old PlayStation, because mine is the old one, and the new Darth Vader emblazoned 1 terabyte one is the new downstairs one, which is for the boys to play on downstairs, and me. But for the most part, for when I'm playing, it's the one that's upstairs is the one that's on. The advantage of this as well, of course, is it means it's not buzzing and whirring away to people in the living room. So that's a great big benefit to them. They're not constantly having to listen to that whirring away. So, where are you going taxi? Why are you wiggling about in the road like a loon? Give this poor guy a bit of space as well, mate. So, yeah, that one. So, it's not to do with the PlayStation. I can't imagine it's because it's a new user account, so I can't see that made any difference. But what I have been doing differently is I've been playing with the new PS4 Remote Play. So I've been sat in front of the MacBook Air. You just plug your PS4 controller into the Air, and it just automatically picks up and does it. And yeah, I don't know if being so close to that screen is helping me in spotting people quicker and therefore getting them before they get me quicker, or if maybe the remote's responding a bit better because it's connecting sort of via the Bluetooth when it's on the play. I don't know what it is, but I just seem to be doing a lot better, consistently getting more kills, getting double figure kills. You know, where that was a rarity, now it's a rarity not to. So something's changed, and like I say, I think the remote play is doing a lot for me. Mostly, well, I've only used it on the Air, the remote play. Kind of ought to give it a try on the 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina, because I imagine that would be even better looking. But yeah, they've done a great job in the app. It's really super smooth. And like I say, I spent a lot of time last weekend playing via the remote play exclusively, and yeah, it's great. Really loved it, and got on really well. So all that's very good. Also, what we have been doing over the last few weeks, and this kind of comes through youngest, been watching YouTube videos. He was watching a lot of Minecraft videos, and he's kind of gone through on YouTube and found other things, and he found this game that was being played on by gamers called Gang Beasts, and he sort of watched all the videos, and it looks fantastic fun, or it looks fantastic fun, and we thought we're going to give this a try because it looks fantastic. No, the lorry's just kind of swapped lanes entirely. Well, I wasn't on the inside of him. So Gang Beasts, yeah, we saw it, and it looked fantastic fun. It's kind of like these Jelly Baby type characters. You play locally together, and you kind of just have fights between each other, really. So we saw it, and then of course he wanted to play it. But it's only out on Steam at the moment because the software developers are basically trying to build up funds to release it on platforms like the PlayStation and Xbox. So they've got it on Steam as a trial. So first time I've tried Steam, and been pretty straightforward. So I got hold of that, and we've been playing that. Been going okay. Managed to get the PS3 controller. One of the PS3 controllers seems to connect okay via to the Mac. I've been using it on the MacBook and the Mac Mini, on the TV for the Mac Mini. PS3 controller appears to connect fine for that, so we can use that one, but then you have to use the keyboard. I've not managed to get, although yeah, I could probably map the and different. Well, I'll try and connect the controller and map it, but I don't know. It's not worked yet anyway. So one person uses, well, youngest uses the keypad because that's easiest for him, and then me or the eldest have to use the keyboard if we want to join in and play on it as well. But it's a great fun game, lots of laughs had, just generally having battles together and doing different things. So that's kind of a cool game. And then from that, we've then all the videos he's been watching, then discovered something called Human Fall Flat, which is kind of in a similar style. It's only a single player, so it's not a multiplayer, but it's a kind of puzzle game. You're going to figure out different puzzles on it. So then he'd seen lots and lots of videos on that, of people playing that and going through it, which is good. I mean, you know, it's good. He's been watching these sort of different gameplay videos and different gameplays. Only slight niggle I've had is a lot of the gamers on these particular ones, certainly these sort of Steam ones and whatever else, and I don't know if it's a theme or not, seem to be sort of late teens, early 20s, but they all seem to share the common sort of thing that they kind of treat swearing and cursing as a normal part of gaming. Now I've got to admit, these games can be quite frustrating, and you know, I've been playing the Human Fall Flat one, and that's, you know, can be very, very annoying. So I can kind of understand that there's a lot of cursing going on about it, but it's not ideal to be having that for my youngest to watch. So I've been trying to vet that as much as possible, but it's kind of difficult when you realise they're going to start effing and blinding and essing about everything to sort of knock it off, and then you go, well, I can't watch. Oh, I don't really want you listening to that sort of language because it's not appropriate. So it'd be nice, you know, for those game channels, because they obviously want people to get views from people. You know, just think a bit. Don't be swearing. And to be fair, there are some we've been watching where they're obviously Americans to say shoot a lot. Shoot. You didn't get why they're saying shoot, but you know, at least that is an appropriate way of showing your frustration. So we've been going through all those, and this Human Falls Flat, not even on Steam, would you believe? I managed to hunt it down from the developer's website. You just pay a little donation to them at the moment. Again, they're developing, and so they're getting funds via donations, and yeah, so I found that, downloaded that, only on Windows though, which presents even more problems for me, because it means I've got to run a VM of Windows to play it. Runs smooth enough, except it makes the MacBook's fans go ballistic and hit it's 95%, 95 degrees, sorry, constantly. So it's boiling hot, the MacBook. And also the PlayStation 3 controller isn't really recognised, so I've had to use a controller map. I had to map the keys for it. But part of it uses the mouse for looking up and down and left and right, as opposed to moving, and that's quite integral in some climbing, which you've got to level a climbing one, and that's made it kind of impossible. I've mapped it to the other controller wiggle stick thing, but it's not really feasible. It's not working very well at all for me. So but we've been having a go at that, so I'll drop links to these different games because they're quite kind of cool. We've also had a bit of a go at Lego Worlds, but that's also only on Steam and only on Windows. Doesn't make it run as hot on the Windows for Lego Worlds, but again, I'm going to sort of map all the keys to it, so it's a little bit fiddly and whatever else. So they'll all be great if they come out on console eventually, but you know, it's been interesting, because I've never got involved with Steam or anything like that, so it's kind of interesting to get involved in that and see what it's all about. So that's been pretty much my gaming week as such. Not had a chance to have much of a play with the new iPad Pro 9.7 inch, although my impression is from the missus that it's a big improvement and she's really pleased with it, so big thumbs up for that then. Also, I didn't mention, last week we started on more iOS betas, and mysteriously both Watch and my iPhone picked up on them straight away, which was unusual. I thought I'd maybe have to add another beta profile, but the previous one must still be pulling in for the latest ones as well. So can't actually say I noticed any differences at all after installing both, so I don't know what bug fixes were involved in those, but they are out and about anyway. And also this week I've picked up another new bit of Apple tech. Well, new to me, it's not new out now, it is a bit old hat really, but I'd never got involved in it previously, which is that Apple Magic Trackpad, or Apple Trackpad 2. So the new version they brought out with the Force Touch capabilities. I kind of balked when it came out at the price of £110, I think it is, direct from Apple, which I still balk at that. But I managed to find one eventually on eBay, someone selling a used one, no box and no cable, because I got plenty of lightning cables, so I don't need another one. And for £59 delivered, which I thought was a reasonable price, so I grabbed that straight away, because even sort of getting them, used ones were going for 80 plus, and then the sort of new ones around £79–80, but a bit sketchy about how they're selling new ones at that price if they're brand new but Apple sells them for £110. How's that work? I'm not really sure. So I picked this one, used one up anyway. Arrived today, a couple of days delivery, and yeah, it's spot on. It looks like brand new. It doesn't look like he's used it at all, to be perfectly honest. Been having a go with it. Works really well. I'd previously got obviously the original Apple trackpad. Bit of a surprise here for Apple, because they don't tend to like doing it. It's got an on-off button on it. Hooray! Now the thing is, Apple, you know, your previous trackpads and keyboards, wireless keyboards and trackpads, you had to buy batteries and put them in, so you put no power on off switch on there, so they're always chewing up battery while not doing anything at all, and you weren't using them whatever else. So the ones that can be plugged in and recharged, you put power switch on that one. Nice one. What a like. So, but I've been trying it out, and yeah, it's good. I mean, it's bigger than the original trackpad, a lot wider. The Force Touch effect and this sort of virtual click, it's quite amazing to behold. It does feel like it's clicking. I don't know how it does it, but it feels like it. But it isn't. I mean, you know, it's solid on the tabletop. I know that previously, my previous old one, the rubber of the click, because I left click a lot and this was a thing, the rubber was really worn, so it was having trouble with the click. But getting used to now not having to put my thumb down the bottom left corner to do that click is taking a bit of work. I'm getting there slowly, but it is a lot better that I can just do the click from anywhere on the trackpad. So on the whole, really impressed with it. Is it worth £110? No, personally not. £59, yes, I'm quite happy with it at that. It's, you know, a big improvement on what I had for that price, and I'll probably be able to sell my old one anyway and get 20 odd quid back from that. So yeah, so not so bad. Right, I'm off in to enjoy a weekend of probably Star Wars Battlefronting and gang beasting and whatever else. So have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you next week's coffee vlog.